Okay. Hi everybody, good evening. Uh, Welcome to the XAT Marathon. So today's session will be a slightly longer session. It will be approximately 3.5 to... Hi everybody, good evening. Sorry for that. So today's session will be approximately 3.5 to 4 hours session, maybe 3.5 hours. So let's revise everything in. Also today I have kept very little arithmetic because we've done enough arithmetic throughout all the chapters. It's not that I've not kept, but lesser of arithmetic, more of other topics, some trigonometry, some geometry, all those areas I've covered a little bit more. Good evening to everybody. Okay. So we'll start. Great. As usual, let's not waste time and start immediately. Hi. Okay. First question, maxima minima, a little bit maxima minima, algebra. Let's have a look at it quickly. X and Y are real numbers. So they've told us the numbers are real. We need to find the minimum value of this part. Couple of approaches you can do for this question. Think a little bit and let me know what you would do. Okay, somebody saying voice is a bit low. Is that true or everybody else is finding it fine? Okay, try making this into perfect squares. What will we get if we try making it into perfect square? Okay, let me just retry the voice thing one more time. Just give me a second for the voice part. Is this better? Let me know if this is better. Can you hear my voice now? Okay, great. Then if this is better, we'll continue with this. Great, great. No worries. So yeah, some people are saying answer. Somebody said option 3. Okay, that looks correct. Okay. So x square plus 4xy. If you want to make this into a perfect square, what will you need over here? Using a plus b the whole square ka property, I will need a 4y square over here. But I actually have a 6y square. So what will I do with that? I'll break that up as plus 2y square minus 4y plus 4. Remember, we need the minimum value. So this becomes what? X plus 2y the whole square. And if I take a 2 common over here, I'll get y square minus 2y y square minus 2y plus 2. And that 2 also I will write it as 1 plus 1. That last 2 also I will write it as 1 plus 1. So just pay attention, a slightly different approach. We're trying to just break it up into 2 complete squares. Yes, we can also do differentiation and all that. So what will this become? This will become y minus 1 the whole square plus 1. Now if you notice, we wanted to minimize the function. Now a minimum value any perfect square can take. The minimum value a perfect square can take will always be 0. So this will be 0. This part will be 0. So what will be left with will be 2 into 0 plus 1. and hence the final answer will be 2, which is the third option. Did you understand this approach? Just check whether you all understood this approach. Other things you could have done derivatives, found f of x, double derivative, found minima. With x and y, it always gets a little bit confusing. Only if you're really thorough with derivatives should you try it. Otherwise, with x and y, perfect square always works. With x and y, perfect square will always work. So unless you really know derivatives well, you should not try this. Okay? Sure. Let's try. Go ahead. Try the second question. As I said, Pranita, the other approach would have been taking derivatives. Only if you're really thorough with derivatives should you try that. Otherwise, I would not have tried derivatives for that question. Because that will have a x into y, which is a big issue. Okay. Somebody saying, a lot of people are saying option 2. Somebody saying 4. So there is definitely confusion in this question. At least 2-3 people have got option 2. No, the same person's got option 2 times. So please check. I don't think so. It's option 2. Two balls are selected at random one by one without replacement from a bag containing 4 white. So white are 4 and black are 6. If the probability, first thing, 2 balls are selected at random one by one without replacement. If the first ball is selected is black and the second is also black. So I want black and then again a black. Okay. So I want black and then again a black. So read the question very carefully. If the probability of the first ball selected is black, given that the second ball selected is also black, where GCD, that is GCD is HCF only of M and N is 1, then what is M plus N equal to? Can somebody give me the answer what you're actually getting? What are the numbers you're getting? So let's see. Okay, pay attention everybody. Everybody's getting a different answer. So let's just work a little bit towards the answer. First, I want the first ball to be black. If I want the first ball to be black, I have how many choices? I have 6 black balls out of a total of 10. So it will be 6 by 10 and then 5 by 9. That is the one part. What about the sample space? But 6 by 10 by 5 by 9. What about the sample space? This is N of A. So initially there were 6 black balls. They have said without replacement. Without replacement, that means when you take 6 by 10, one black ball becomes less. So you'll have 5 left, 5 out of 9. Now, sample space you could have. Now, given that the second ball is also black. Now, this is a very, very important part. Given that the second ball is black, that means even within the sample space, first can be white or black, but second has to be black. First can be white or black, but the second has to be black. That's very, very, very important. Okay, now so I'll have 2 cases. First white, second black. First white, second black. First black, second black. So what will be the case of first white? First white will be 4 by 10. I don't know what happens. 4 by 10 into 6 by 9. plus 6 by 10 into 5 by 9. This is white followed by black or black followed by black. If you solve this whole thing out, I will never cut in these questions. My numerator is 30 by 90. I know the 90 is going to cut out, so I can write only 30. No need to write the 90. 30 upon 24 plus 30. 24 plus 30 is 54. Reduce it because they have said the GCD has to be 1. That will be 6. 6 5s are 6 9s are. So my answer for the question is 5 by 9. Remember, the answer for the question is 5 by 9. They've asked what is m plus n, right? Then what is m plus n? M plus n is 14. So Nitish, I would rather suggest that you pay attention to today's class instead of asking the same question again. Okay? I'll give you an answer at some time in the class. Don't worry. Pay attention to today's class at least. It will help you understand a lot of things. Everybody clear? Everybody clear how I got this 5 by 9? 30 upon 90. The 90 was going to cut. 24 upon 90 plus 30 upon 90 became 54 upon 90. So 30 upon 54. And that is why the answer is 5 by 9. Very, very important part. Given that the second ball has selected has to be black. Why are we multiplying by 5 by 9 in the numerator? Yes, pay attention. I want the first ball to be black and the second ball to be black. So 6 by 10 multiply by 5 by 9. Let's go through it one more time. I want the first ball to be black. There are 6 black out of 10. And I want the second ball also to be black. That means 5 out of 9. It was without repetition. So answer is 30 upon 90. Leave it over here. Now the sample space. In the sample space also, this part is already there. The second one is definitely black. That is already told to you. That means the first can be white. So it will be 4 by 10 into second has to be black, 5 by 9 plus 6 by 10 into 5 by 9. That will become 54 upon 90. So final answer is 30 upon 54, 5 by 9. Sum is 14. That is the answer. Clear, everybody? Is everybody clear? Great. Let's go ahead. Something again on that HCF is 1. This time it's not probability. It's a slightly different question. But a nice question. Slightly long question, तो ध्यान से पढ़ना. There's a slightly long question. You have to do it very carefully. Anybody's got the answer? Thank you, Chirag. I want people to think whether they can get it. If not, then I'll explain. I'm just going to give you a couple of more, half a minute. Very good, Nausheen. Very nice. Excellent, Aryan. AK Gupta, no, that's not the answer. Ritu, right. Ranjan, right again. Okay, pay attention, everybody. For the ones who are now not getting, a lot of people have started getting. Now, here they have told us 37 is not the answer, AK Gupta. Okay, pay attention here. They have told us m is less than n. That means m cannot be 1. I mean, n cannot be 1. N can take all values from 2 onwards. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and 9. And 10 also. N can take all these values. When n is 2, m can only be 1 because the GCD has to be 1. So this can be only be 1. So 1 by 2. When n is 3, m can be 1. 1 and 3 ka GCD is 1. 1 by 3, or it can also be 2 by 3. So we have two cases when n is 3. What about 4? Now remember, look at 4 very carefully. 1 by 4 is right, but you can't take 2 by 4. You can't take 2 by 4. Why 2 by 4 is incorrect? 1 by 4 is correct. 2 by 4 is incorrect because 2 and 4 ka GCD will become 2. So you can't take 2 by 4. You can take 3 by 4. 5. GCD is same as LCM. So what will we get? 5 के लिए 1 by 5, 2 by 5, 3 by 5, 4 by 5. All are okay. And that way you'll have to keep checking till 10. For 6, 1 by 6 is okay, 2 by 6 is not okay, 3 by 6 is not okay, 4 by 6 is not okay. Only 5 by 6 is okay. Basically, the number does not have to have a common factor. HCF and GCD is same. Not LCM, sorry, I think I said LCM somewhere. 7 ke liye everything will work because 7 is prime. So 1 by 7, 2 by 7, 3 by 7, 4 by 7, 5 by 7, 6 by 7. 8 के लिए only 1 will work, 1, 3, 5, 7 will work. So 8 के लिए 1 by 3, sorry, 1 by 8, I mean 3 by 8, 5 by 8 and 7 by 8. 9 के लिए all the 3's will not work. So 1 by 9 will work, 2 by 9 will work, 3 by 9 will not work, 4 by 9 will work, 5 by 9 will work, 6 by 9 will not work, 7 by 9 will work, and 8 by 9 will work. And for 10, 2's and 5's will not work. So the 3's will work and the prime numbers will also work. So 10 के लिए 2 by 10, 1 by 10 will work obviously. 2 by 10 will not work. 3 by 10 will work. 4 by 10 will not work. I know maybe my face covers a little bit part, but the question was long. Maybe I'll just switch my face off for a minute. Yeah, so 3 by 10, 4 by 10, 5 by 10 will not work, 6 will not work, 7 will work, 8 will not work, 9 will work. So we've got 1 plus 2, 3, 3 plus 2, 5, 5 plus 4, 9, 9 plus 2, 11, 11 plus 6, 17, 17 plus 4, 21, 21 plus 6, 27, 27 plus 4, 31. Answer is 31, which is the first option. Everybody, all those who were getting 37 or any other answer, did you all find the mistake? Everybody understood this question? I thought it was a very nice question, really well framed, and it had those perfect queries which you have to be very careful about. Simple, slightly lengthy. It's a perfect XAT kind of question, not too difficult, but not very easy and so on. Okay? Sure, let's go ahead. Okay, this is a much easier question. As I said, a little bit more of modern maths today, algebra and so on, less of arithmetic. But that doesn't mean arithmetic is unimportant. That's the only reason I am doing that is because I have done enough of arithmetic earlier. Okay, 3 people have already got the answer. So, if you know your count of letters, M is the 13th letter. M is the 13th letter. That means from A to L, there are 12 letters, and from N to Z, there are 13 letters. Total 26, right? So this is 13 itself, 12 over here and 13 over here. So it will become 26. Now, what do I need? I basically need 2 from here and 2 from here because I want M to be in between. And when I want, there's going to be no arrangement, because suppose if I take A and say D, A and D, I can write it as A, D, M, something, something. DA is not allowed because they have clearly said they are arranged in the alphabetical order. They are arranged in the alphabetical order. So hence, we definitely want AD only. So it will be 12C2 from here, multiply by from here 13C2. Obviously, M2 is selected, so that's 1C1. No need to write that. 12C2 into 13C2. Solve it out. That comes to 5148. I can show you the solving. 12C2 is 12 into 11 upon 2. 13C2 is 13 into 12 upon 2. 2 ones are 2 six are 2 ones are 2 six are 11 13 is 143. 143 into 36 ends in a 8. There was only one option ending in a 8. You, in an exam situation, if you're confident, you can take a chance and mark it without doing this calculation. 143 into 36, that's your answer. Clear, everybody? Great, let's go ahead. Okay, next one, arithmetic, something to do with mixtures. You could use allegations over here. Yeah. Anyone answer for the question? The first one has 15% acid and we are going to mix 30% acid with that. And I want the mixture to be more than 20% but less than 25%. So let's check for both of them. 15%, 20%. Let's check for 20% first. So this will be 30 minus 20, 10. 20 minus 15, 5. This was already 200 liters. So 10 parts is 200 liters. Okay, have I made some error? Let me check. Will be more than 20%. So we should understand that if I take, say, if 10 parts is 200, 5 parts will be 100. Now understand 100 will not satisfy. Why will 100 not satisfy? Because we want it to be more than 20. So 100 will not satisfy. So first option is out. Okay. So obviously 120 will satisfy. There's no worry about that. Now I need to check the upper end, but it should be less than 25%. What will be the upper end? 15, 15, 30, and I want 25 over here. So this will be 5, this will be 10. If this is 100, okay, this is 200, sorry, given. So this should become 400. But understand 400 will also not satisfy because I want less than 25. So 400 will also not satisfy. That is why option number 2 will not satisfy. And that is why option number 3 is the answer. Lot of people could make mistakes in this question. Yes, the correct range is this. For whatever we want, not second option, third option. Second option will not satisfy. Okay, pay attention. Why will second not satisfy? Again, let's have a look at it. Because at 400, it becomes 25% exact. We want it to be less than 25. Yeah, anything more than 100 should work. But then in that case, less than 300 doesn't work, no? Now, more than 100 can be 101. That will work. But less than 300 will not work that way. So the perfect range is more than 120. Yeah, actually the second option also works. I think the second option works better. My bad. The second option works better because less than 400 will work. Yes. I'll repeat it. Second option will work. So please let's go through it all over again. The perfect range, the question is not framed too well. The perfect range is 100 से ज़्यादा, more than 100 and less than 400. Okay, so answer is more than 100, less than 400. So if more than 100 works, more than 120 also works that way. Okay, cool. Let's go ahead. Next one. Very, very old CAT question. Let's see how many people remember this question. And don't make a mistake over here. Very old CAT question. No other method to solve that question. That was the only method. Straightforward allegations है. या फिर weighted average ले लो. Unnecessary waste of time. These are all, there's a small error. This is all seconds. All options are in seconds. Read the question carefully and do. I don't want you to just blindly do. Okay. 3 wheels can complete 60, 36 and 24 revolutions per minute. So first let's convert it to per second. First wheel, 60 revolutions per minute. That means 1 per second. 60 divided by 60. Second one, 36 per 60. 36 revolutions per 60 seconds. So 1 second mein how much? It will be 36 divided by 60. That is the main part. Read carefully, everybody, as I'm saying. Okay, just pay attention. Stop putting your chats there. I'm explaining this properly. 36 revolutions per minute. That means 60 seconds mein 36 revolutions. So 1 second mein or one revolution ko how much time will it take? Not 1 second mein. One revolution will take how much time? It will be 60 divided by 36. 12 5 is a 12 threes are. So 5 by 3 per second. 5 by 3 revolutions per second. Third one, 60 divided by 24. 12 fives are, 12 twos are per second. Now, what do we want? Pay attention. There's a red spot that touches the ground at time 0. After how much time will all these spots simultaneously touch the ground again? So, whenever we have simultaneously touching, simultaneously reaching, simultaneous meeting, the question is always LCM. So, we have to now take LCM of 1, comma 5 by 3, comma 5 by 2. How do you take LCM of fractions? LCM of numerators, 1, 5, 5 ka LCM is 5 upon HCF of denominators, 1, 3 and 2 ka HCF is 1. So hence my answer is 5. Important question because people mess up in this question. Are we clear, everybody? Are we clear, everybody? Okay, Ranjan, what happened? Let's go through it. Okay, great. Next one. Waiting for others to do. Okay, most of the people have got it. I thought this was a pretty decent question. Two different products are being manufactured, A and B. Each unit of product A takes 2 hours of grinding and 3 hours of polishing. So to make A, we need 2 hours of grinding and 3 hours of polishing. While B takes 3 hours of grinding and 2 hours of polishing. So while B takes 3 hours of grinding, 2 hours of polishing. The manufacturer has 10 grinders and 15 polishers. So grinders totally available are 10. Polishers totally available are 15. Each grinder operates for 12 hours a day. So 10 into 12, 120 hours of work we have. And each polisher operates for 10 hours a day. So we have a total of 150. This is grinding, this is polishing. The profit margin for A is 5 rupees, B is 7 rupees. I'll come to the end of the question. If the manufacturer utilizes all the resources for producing this. So let's see, suppose if he's making A products of A and B products of B. So how much grinding does he use? He will use 2A plus 3B will be equal to 120, equation number 1. And second equation will be 3A plus 2B is equal to 150. Solve this to get us the value of A and B. If you solve these two equations, somebody just tell me in the chat what are you getting for A and B. If I add I can do that way also. A lot of different ways you can do it. But just tell me what you're getting for A and B. Yeah, X and Y, if you taken 42 and 12, somebody's saying. So 42 is 84, 84 plus 36. Yeah, that's 120. So 42 and 12 is what we are getting. And the profit is 5 rupees and 7 rupees. So 42 into 5 plus 12 into 7. That's 42 into 5 will be how much? 210. 210 plus 84 will be 294. 210 plus 84 is 294. Everybody clear? Great. Can I go ahead? Next question. This is more trial and error. You'll have to go through the options and try them. This question is more a question where you'll have to go through the options. Because we have taken A and B. There's only a perfect answer for this A and B. Because they have said he utilizes it completely. Okay, let's check. Basically, we know that if we start from 1 plus 2 plus 3 up till n, what do we know the product is? We know it's n into n plus 1 upon 2. Now, what you need to do, a lot of people said 1, I don't know why. N into n plus 1 upon 2 is equal to 206. If I take the first option, then n into n plus 1 is equal to 412. Are there two consecutive numbers whose product is 412? That is how you think. Like if I take 19 into 20, it's 380. And 20 into 21 becomes 420. So this is not possible. If I take instead of 206, if I take 439, 439 ka double is 878. 439 ka double will be 878. Again, you can try roughly like 29 into 30 is 870. And 30 into 31 becomes more than 900. So this is also out. 878 is also out. 805. 805 ka double is 1610. 1610. Sorry, 805 over here and 1610 over here. Now, 40 into 39 into 40 will be less than 1600 because 40 is 1600. But what is 40 into 41? 1640 already. So this is also out. 1275 ka double will be 2550. Yeah, I know only 4 is possible. I'm just explaining why others are not possible. 2550. Right? That will be exactly 50 into 51. This will be exactly 50 into 51. 0, 5 ones are 5, 5 5s are 25. 2550. And this is how you should have checked. I don't know what error somebody made in the start when they said answer was second option. First option, sorry. Everybody clear with this question? Next one. I purposely kept it as a theta question. Let's see if you all can get it. I'll just show you the first step, then I would like you to try on your own. X raised to x is 3 raised to x multiplied by 3 raised to 243. Ani, I think so you are lagging behind. Ani, Shubhi, I think you're lagging behind. You'll have got 1275 now, which means there's some issue. Just एक बार refresh करो अपना feed. Okay. You can do this question in different ways. But what I would do, I am explaining in an exam situation. I'm going to explain only what I'm going to do in an exam situation. I clearly have to understand, because of this 3 over here, x has to be a power of 3. X has to be a power of 3. There's no other number which can come for x. 3 or power of 3. So I quickly just started thinking, if x is 3 itself, yeah, you all have got the right answer. If x is 3 itself, there is no way the left hand side will be equal to right hand side, because the right hand side is too big. Same for even 9, it is too small. I thought, let me just check for 27. So for 27, it's 27 raised to 27, which is 3 raised to 81. Still it is too small, because 27 is 3 cube. Right? So it's 3 raised to 81, which is still too small, because this itself is 3 raised to 243. So next I thought 81 raised to 81, which is 3 raised to 4 raised to 81. That is 3 raised to 324. Now on the right hand side, 3 raised to 81, or don't even do this step. Over in this step only, 3 raised to 81 plus 243 is 3 raised to 324. This is the easiest way to do this question. You have to realize that the number for the value for x will have to be a power of 3. And that is how you always get this question very quickly. Is everybody clear how to check? Obviously, you can do logs and a lot of things which you want, but not worth it. Next question. Chalo, since we spoke about logs, next question is on logs. Very similar to something which was asked in CAT this year. This has been asked earlier in XAT also. Okay, a lot of people have got 2. Some people are saying 1. Okay, Sana, I'll come back to that later. Wait. Now, first thing, what do we know about a log? Log of something cannot be 0. Right? What else do we know? So this part, we cannot have a log of a negative value, right? Yeah. Most of the people are right. We cannot have a log of a negative value. So this part, what I have just underlined over here, without this has to be greater than 0. Right? Now, if that has to be greater than 0, Then if I take this 3 on top, it will become 3 raised to 0. 3 raised to 0 is 1. That means this much part. And see, this is how you do in the exam also. You don't waste your time. You cut this out and you say this much part has to be now greater than 3 raised to 0. So 1. Now, same thing. Now I can say when I remove this part, I will write 5 raised to 1. So this will become 5. So I'll get 20x minus x square minus 91 has to be greater than 5. 20x minus x square minus 91 has to be greater than 5. So I'll get 0 is greater than x square minus 20x plus 96. So x minus 12, factorizing this, x minus 12 into x minus 8 has to be less than 0. So now whenever it's less than, x has to be between the two. So x has to be between 8 and 12. Look at the bracket. It will be this option, between 8 and 12. Okay? And that is why this is the answer. Everybody clear? You have to be very careful in these sums. I'm sure all of you all realize that you all had made some mistake in the CAT questions, right? Jayesh, what are you saying? I don't think so, Jayesh, you're right. It will be not 5 raised to 3. First one will be 3 raised to 0. 3 raised to 0 is not 3. 3 raised to 0 is 1. पहली बार में 3 raised to 0 आएगा, so 3 raised to 0 will become 1. And then 5 raised to 1, so it will become 5. Jayesh, you found realize that mistake? Check properly, Jayesh. I'm waiting for a minute. Somebody was asking me previous sum के लिए और क्या कर सकते हैं? Previous sum के लिए you can do a lot of things. You can do logs on both sides. So you will get x log x is x plus 243 log 3. And then you can bring both logs on one side and try and solve that. I'm just coming back to the previous sum. So this is, but the other approaches are also there. You can write this as x raised to x is 3 raised to x into 3 raised to 243. X raised to x divided by 3 raised to x is 3 raised to 243. X upon 3 raised to x is 3 raised to 243. No, Jayesh, wait, I'll explain. Again, वापस समझाता हूं, एक बार रुक जाओ. You made a mistake. No, Jayesh. Okay, this much is clear, everybody? In this question, x upon 3 raised to x is 243. Whatever you have over here, I would like to have in the power also same thing. So take 1/3 on both sides. Take 1 raised to 1 upon 3 on both sides. So left hand side will become x upon 3 raised to x upon 3. Right hand side will become 3 raised to 243 by 1 by 3. So if you look properly, this is a raised to a is 3 raised to 81. A raised to a is 3 raised to 81. Now, what do you want? Pay attention carefully. You want this number and this number same. What can 81 be written as? 81 can be written as 3 into 27. What is 3 raised to 3? 3 raised to 3 is 27. So it will become 27 raised to 27. And therefore, now we can compare and we can say A was 27. Not X. X is not done yet. A was 27. Once I got A is 27, then I will get X by 3 is 27. Therefore, X is 81. Sana, I think, had asked, is the long method clear, everybody? I will go back to the other question also and explain Jayesh's mistake also. Everybody pay attention to this question. Is this question clear, everybody? Cool. Let's go ahead. This question. Now, Jayesh, what you were saying, let me explain that one more time to you. Log to the base 7, log 3, log 5 20x minus x square minus 91, all the brackets closed. Pay attention, Jayesh, especially for you. Now, remember this whole thing can be 0 because log 1 is 0. There is no rule that log ka answer cannot be 0, right? So that what you're saying itself is incorrect. First, this whole question is not greater than 0. When I remove the first, when I consider this whole bracket as a, I consider this full part as a. So log a to the base 7. This can be 0. The only thing which we can understand is a has to be greater than 0. So a has to be greater than 0. So the sum starts from there. Log to the base 3, log to the base 5, 20x minus x square minus 91 is greater than 0. Jayesh, are you clear now? And remaining exactly what you had already understood. Just let me know, Jayesh, whether you understood. Remember, this can be 0. Can be. We are not saying it is 0, it can be 0. So there I can't make any rules. Is it clear? Okay, going ahead, chalo. Next step, explain. Okay, next step, explain. When you have log, just giving the rough, log 3 to the base, say x is greater than 0. So what can I write? X is greater than 3 raised to 0. So explaining the next step. X is 3 raised to 0. So in this case, this whole thing will become greater than 3 raised to 0. 3 raised to 0 is 1. And then again, one more time, the same thing. And then you get the quadratic. नहीं होगा, चेक करो. ओके, सो पे अटेंशन. एक बार वापस कर रहे, ये पूरे को हम ए बोल रहे हैं, ये पूरे अंडरलाइन पार्ट को ए बोल रहे हैं. सो ए हैज टू बी ग्रेटर देन 0. फिर ये वाले पार्ट को हम बी बोल रहे हैं. सो लॉग टू द बेस 3 टू बी. ओके, has to be greater than 0. So b has to be greater than 3 raised to 0. 3 raised to 0 is 1. So b has to be greater than 1. So now log to the base 5, 20x minus x square minus 91 has to be greater than 1. Now the 5 will go on top. So we'll get 20x minus x square minus 91 has to be greater than 5 raised to 1, which is 5. And then it's a normal quadratic. 0 is greater than x square minus 20x plus 96. X minus 12 into x minus 8 has to be less than 0. So x has to be between 8 and 12. Understand, we are one day before that. So I'm not explaining the basic stuff. Okay? Chalo, let's go ahead. Next one. Okay, let's continue. I think we are. Yeah, come on, let's get the answer. Hardly anybody's given the answer. There are twice as many students who play in cricket and basketball, but not football, as those who participate cricket and basketball. Cricket and basketball is this part, who play in cricket and basketball but not football, as those who play in cricket and football but not basketball. So if this part is x, this part is 2x. Okay, let's go through that one more time and see whether we are correct. There are twice as many students who play in cricket and basketball, but not football, as those who participate in cricket and football, but not basketball. Okay, perfect. And four times as many students as those who play in all three sports. And four times as many students as those who play in all three sports. All three sports was already given four students. So can I say 2x is 12? 2x is 12, right? Not 12, 4 times of 4. So 4, 16, not 3 times. So 2x is 16. So x is 8 and this is 16. We already knew 48 play cricket. So this is 28. So this will become 20. There are 59 students who do not participate in any of the. So there's one more part. 124 students participate in basketball. So basketball is 124 total basketball. 59 do not participate in any of the three sports. The group of students who play in cricket and basketball but not football. Cricket and basketball but not football is exactly same as the number who participate in football and basketball, but not only. So this 16 is this plus this, so this will become 12 according to me. How many play only football? So that's 24. uh so what else? This will be only football will be this part, we'll come to that later. So this will be 20. 20 plus 12 is 32. 124 minus 32 is 292. So this is 92. And now we need this value. Let's call this value as say A. Everything adds up to 240 minus 59. So 48, or I will just add up this as 124. 124 plus 28. 124 plus 28 plus A is 240 minus 59. Should be good enough. We'll get the answer. This comes as how much? 19 lesser. So 181. And this is 152. So A is 29. Oh, this is very, very similar to the Venn diagram asked in CAT. You only are going to be reading very carefully. Just be very careful what you're reading. We needed, no? Without that, how did we get this part? 12 we did not get. Yeah. Without that, we could have not got the 12. Or actually, maybe हो जाता था, but ठीक है. Okay, so let's go ahead. This is x square, small printing error, typing error. This is x square, okay? And this is harmonic mean, not harmonic mean. Harmonic mean. First, think what is a harmonic mean of alpha and beta. Harmonic mean of alpha and beta will be 2 alpha beta upon alpha plus beta. This is a direct formula. We have done this in time, speed, distance also. Harmonic mean is 2 alpha beta upon alpha plus beta. Okay. What is alpha plus beta? What is alpha plus beta? Minus b by a. Minus b by a will be 4 plus root 5 upon 5 plus root 2. What is alpha beta? C by a. That will be 8 plus 2 root 5 upon 5 plus root 2. We want the square root of the harmonic mean. So square root of this part, 2 alpha beta. 2 times 8 plus 2 root 5 upon 5 plus root 2 divided by alpha plus beta, which is 4 plus root 5 upon 5 plus root 2. 5 plus root 2 cuts out. If you look at this part, this is exactly double of this. 8 plus 2 root 5 is exactly double of 4 plus root 5. So if I cut that, it will become 2. So we'll have square root of 2 into 2, square root of 4, which is 2. Everybody got that? Again, not a very difficult question, but these are the kind of question people just look at and say, oh, ये नहीं होगा मेरे से. Harmonic mean भी मांगा है. All the values of ABC are also given in roots. People just look at such questions and then they start leaving them. Well, it was not a very difficult question. Do you all agree? So please be very careful. Okay. Don't just look at the question like that and just leave it. One root is square of the other. That means if I take one of the roots as a, the other root is a square. One root is a and the other root is a square. I'll show you two methods for this question. One the traditional method and then one something different. Because the formula for harmonic mean is 2 alpha beta upon alpha plus beta. You forgot the 2 from the formula. Okay. So if I take the roots as a and a square, what do I know the sum of the roots is? It will be a square plus a, sum of the roots is minus b by a, so negative p. And product of the roots is a square into a cube is c upon a, which is q. Okay. Now pay attention. I'm going to teach you two approaches as I said. Just pay attention. A cube is q. So a is q raised to 1 upon 3. A is q raised to 1 upon 3. Put it in this equation, the value of a. So I'll get a square will be q raised to 2 upon 3. So q raised to 2 upon 3 plus q raised to 1 upon 3 is negative p. Take cubes on both sides. Take cubes very carefully. Don't forget the formula for cube. What is a plus b the whole cube ka formula? It's a cube plus b cube plus 3ab into a plus b. Okay, so if I take cubes on both sides, a cube will become q square, b cube will become q, 3ab Now pay attention to AB. I'm going to show it over here. Q raised to 2 upon 3 multiply by Q raised to 1 upon 3. Using indices, that will become Q raised to 3 upon 3. That will become Q into A plus B. A plus B was originally negative P only. So instead of A plus B, again I'll write negative P. Is equal to negative P cubed. You can now just simplify this and try to match the right option. So you'll get P cube, because all the options have a P cube in the front. P cube plus Q square. So is there any option where there is no plus Q square? Fourth option. So fourth option is out. P cube plus Q square plus Q. Plus Q. I think the first option will have a minus Q. So first option is out. And the third option will also have a minus Q. So that is also out. Plus Q square plus Q minus 3PQ is equal to 0. So answer is the second option. This is one method. Let's look at something else, everybody. Pay attention. What I would have done in an exam situation, I would have assumed alpha to be 2. That means the other root is beta will be 4. Alpha is 2 and the other root is a square, so beta is 4. So if alpha and beta are 2 and 4, my equation is x square minus 6x plus 8 is 0. Yes, exactly, Parish, what I've been explaining. Pay attention. Okay, so I'll get x square minus 6x plus 8 is 0. If I compare this with my original equation, I will get P is minus 6 and Q is 8. P is minus 6 and Q is 8. And I'll start putting it in all the options. So if I put it in my first option, what do I get? I get negative 216 minus 8 into 3P plus 1. 3P is negative 18 plus 1 plus Q square 64. Does this answer come out to be 0? Let's check. Negative 216, 17 8s are. 17 8s will be, I think, 136. So that will be plus 136 plus 64. I can clearly see this answer is not going to come out to be 0, because this will end in 0 and this is 6. So this is not ending in 0. So this is not my answer. So first option, not my answer. Second option में try करते हैं. P cube. Again negative 216. Okay. Minus Q, minus 8 into minus 18 minus 1. So minus 19 plus 64. Negative 216 plus 19 8s are. 19 4s is 76. 76 का double. 140, 152. Plus 64. Negative 216 and this is positive 216. Answer is coming out to be 0 and hence my answer is correct. Okay, why I did not take 1 and 1 square? Let me explain. 1 and 1 square you can go wrong, because 1 and 1 square also can be taken when alpha is equal to beta. So that can be a problem, and that is why I will avoid 1 and 1 square. In the exam, I will choose 2 and 4 and I got the answer, and that is why second option is the answer. Everybody clear with this method? Abhi alternative method uska hai, Shubham. Shubham, have you refreshed your feed? Okay, Paris, you wanted a alternate method. Did you get it now? Come on, try the next one. Ronak, 1 and 1 may go wrong because that also is the question when alpha can be equal to beta? Because 1 square is also 1. So that time, what if the question was alpha equal to beta? That time also if you can take 1 and 1 and here also you can take 1 and 1, then the answer will go wrong. Or has a high chance of going wrong. Great, Kaushik. Very nice. Very quick solution. This is the first hint. Now try and find the 20th term. Great. 3 people have got the answer. Aryan, nice. Ranjan, nice. So this will definitely be 400 into something. Okay, pay attention everybody. This will definitely be 400 into something. Now if you notice, the difference in the terms is here in the numerator. 4 minus 1 is 3. 9 minus 4 is 5. 16 minus 9 is 7. 3 plus 5 plus 7 is all odd terms. So the 20th term will be 41. You can check. The 20th odd number is 39. But we are starting with 3. The 20th odd number is 39. But because we are starting with 3, the 20th term will be 41 and this will be 441. After this, anybody who attended my lectures on algebra earlier, I have given this shortcut many times. Whenever you have a series like this, you can take sum of all numerators. Direct method to get the answer. Sum of all numerators upon first term of first denominator multiply by last term of last denominator. So 3 plus, the numerator will become 3 plus 5 plus 7 up till 41 and upon 1 into 441. Now, if I do from 1 plus 3 plus 7 up till 441, till 41, sorry, that will become 21 square. If there was a 1, this answer would have been 21 square. So now it will be 21 square minus 1 upon 441. So answer will become 440 upon 441. And people who don't understand this shortcut, I'll explain the longer approach also, who don't understand this shortcut. Yes, exactly what I'm doing. Yeah, that will be the shortcut. Ghosh. Okay, by the other approach, what will we do? This will become 1 upon 1 minus 1 upon 4. This will become 1 upon 4 minus 1 upon 9. This will become 1 upon 9 minus 1 upon 16 dash 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 till 1 upon 400 minus 1 upon 441. Formula, Kshitish Pandey, formula क्या है? Formula sum of all odd numbers का formula क्या है? What is 1 plus 3 plus 5 plus 7 dash dash dash? Formula is n square. All odd numbers का formula 1 plus 3 plus 5 plus 7 up till n का answer is n square. So if it is still 21, it will be, means it is still 41, there are 21 numbers, then that is why n 21 square. While in this method, this and this cuts out, this and this cuts out, all terms cut out. We are left with only 1 upon 1 minus 1 upon 441. Answer is 440 upon 441. Good, nice, important question. Please do it well. Chalo, one trigonometry and pretty decent, easy trigonometry. Not really difficult one. Yeah, the answer is K itself, because if you solve it carefully, you get the same answer. So the main thing over here, you have to be careful about what you want in the question. If you just look at what you want in the question, you want actually 1 plus sine theta minus cos theta upon 1 plus sine theta. That means if I take my question 2 sine theta upon 1 plus sine theta plus cos theta, and I multiply it by the conjugate, not the exact conjugate, but 1 plus sine theta if I take it as a bracket. And now I take the conjugate, so I'll get 1 plus sine theta minus cos theta upon 1 plus sine theta minus cos theta. Now, the numerator will remain as it is. Don't do anything to the numerator. 2 sine theta upon 1 plus sine minus cos. Denominator will become a plus b into a minus b. What is a plus b into a minus b? A square minus b square. So I'll get 1 plus sine theta the whole square minus cos square. So what is 1 plus sine theta the whole square? Will be 1 plus 2 sine theta plus sine square theta, and minus b square will become minus cos square theta. Okay? 1 minus cos square. 1 minus cos square is same as sine square theta. So we'll get 2 sine theta upon 1 plus sine theta minus cos theta upon 2 sine theta plus 2 sine square theta. 1 minus cos square is sine square, so sine square plus sine square, 2 sine square. Take 2 sine theta common. So you get 2 sine theta upon 1 plus sine minus cos upon 2 sine theta common, 1 plus sine theta. This cuts out. So what we started with, we got exactly the same thing, which means the answer is K. Yes. Now the other approach to such questions can be take a value for theta. Take theta as 30 degrees or 0 degrees as 90 degrees or something like that and try that. That also will work most of the time. Okay. So just for example, if you have taken theta as 45 degrees, because sine 45 and cos 45 is same. Okay. A lot of things can get solved. So just for example, if somebody wants to see, if I took theta as 45 degrees, sine 45 is 1 upon root 2. So numerator will be 2 upon root 2 upon 1 plus 1 upon root 2 plus 1 upon root 2. Right? So we'll be left with 2 upon root 2 root 2 plus 2 upon root 2. This root 2 cut. We are left with 2 upon root 2 plus 2. You can rationalize it or you can leave it as it is. And then you can solve. So this is k. And now you can solve for what you want. यहाँ पे तो sin and cos will cut. What I want, sin and cos will cut. So I'll be left with 1 upon 1 plus 1 upon root 2. Yeah, 90 is also very good, I know. So root 2 upon root 2 plus 1. If you multiply this by root 2 upon root 2, you will get exactly what we've got over here, 2 upon 2 plus root 2, which is also k. Answer is the first option. Any one method is great for over here. Next question. Total questions, I think 35 है आज. And I think we are exactly halfway. We are on the 18th one. P1 can fill in 10 hours. P2 can fill in 50% extra time. Option 1 गलत है. Ranjan, check karo. This is what happens when you rush too much. P2 can fill in 50% more time. So it will take 15 hours. While P3, which is the emptying pipe, can empty the whole tank in 30 hours. So I would start by taking LCM as 30, and that is my size of the tank, 30 liters. 30 liters is the size of the tank. So P1 is filling 3 liters per hour. P2 is filling 2 liters per hour. And P3 is removing 1 liter per hour. Okay, now read the question carefully. What they said, initially, after 5 hours, he realized that the pipe 3 also was on. So pipe 1 is on for 5 hours. Pipe 2 is on for 2.5 hours because he started after 2.5 hours. And pipe 3 was on for 5 hours. This is the first part. So what will we get? 5 threes are 15. 2 into 2.5 will be 5. And 5 into minus 1 will be minus 5. So this and this will cut out. So in the first part, till he realizes, listen to this carefully, till he realizes that the third pipe is on, 15 liters is done in 5 hours. First part of the work, 15 liters, is done in 5 hours. Now obviously as he realizes, he goes and closes P3. He realizes, so he will go and close P3. So he closes P3. So P3 is not working anymore. So 15 more liters have to be filled only by 1 and 2. And 1 and 2 can fill 3 plus 2. That is 5 liters per hour. That means they'll take 3 more hours for the remaining work. Initially 5 hours and now 3 more hours. So answer is 8 hours. How I don't know people are getting fourth option and all that? Check. Guys, this is not a very difficult question. It's a long read, but it's not a difficult question. Y'all cannot be making a mistake in such questions. Such questions, you cannot be making a mistake in getting the right answer. Cool, let's go ahead. Yeah, simple question, but still look at the number of people who made a mistake. Third option though is definitely not the answer, because third option is not satisfying this equation. Y is equal to x plus phi. Third option is not satisfying that equation. Two methods to do this question. Most probably in exam situation, I would have used options. Okay, but right now I'm showing you the method. Now, because I know that my third vertex will pass through this line, I will take the x coordinate as a and the y coordinate becomes a plus phi. That means my third coordinate is a comma a plus phi. And then I would then get what? Area is given as 6. I can use determinants 1 comma 1, 4 comma minus 1, a comma a plus 5, and then the last column is 1 1 1. And there is a mod to this. So to solve it very carefully, I'm just going to show the solving once quickly. 1 into minus 1 minus a minus 5. Minus 1 minus a minus 5. That will become minus a minus 6. Then minus 1 into 4 minus a. Then plus 1 into 4a plus 20 plus a. So it becomes 5a plus 20 equals to 6. The whole thing is still in a mod. Okay. If you open these brackets up carefully, there will be a plus a over here and a minus a over here which will cut. So I'll be left with 5a. Negative 6 minus 4 is minus 10. Minus 10 plus 20 is plus 10. And by the way, the formula also has a half. I forgot the half. The formula also will have a half. So the half will go on the other side, become 12. 12 is mod of 5a plus 10. So we'll have two equations. Once 5a plus 10 is 12. So 5a is 2. A is 2 by 5. So this point definitely satisfies. And because there is no cannot be determined, I will mark it. But if there can be one more answer also. 5a plus 10 is also minus 12. So 5a is negative 22. A is negative 22 upon 5. But that should be A ka value, not B ka value. Here they've given that as B ka value. So this is not the answer. And answer is option A. Everybody clear? Have a look at it. For the ones who want to have a look at it once, just go through it carefully. Chalo, going ahead. Slightly more difficult question. I'm waiting for an answer. Oh, so sorry. पता नहीं कैसे mistake हो गया. I also don't know which is the right answer, so I'm just going to leave it. So Arihant is saying 2 is the answer. Let's check. Somebody saying 1 is the answer. 1 and 4 is same. So 4 को निकाल दो. चलो, confusion नहीं चाहिए. Okay. Let's check how will you do this question. Pay attention. Root 1 will be 1 only. So इसका आंसर 1 आएगा. Root 2 is 1.4 something. तो उसका आंसर भी 1 आएगा because of this greatest integer function. Root 3 का आंसर भी 1 आएगा. So 1 will come 3 times. Then root 4 का आंसर will come 2. Root 5 का आंसर will come 2. Root 6 will come 2. Root 7 will also come 2. Root 8 will also come 2. So 2 will come 5 times. Then root 9. See यहां पे root 4 से शुरू होगा. Next वाला root 9 से शुरू होगा. From root 9 till root 15. From root 9 to root 15, all of them will come. Pay attention. Don't give the answer again and again and pay attention. Root 9 to root 15, all of them will come 3. So that will come 7 times. 3 will come 7 times. Last time I'm checking, root 16 से लेके root 24, all of them will give me 4. And this will come 4 9 times. Now first check and tell me, have you all understood this much? Has everybody understood this much? Last is root 360. Root 360 will be 18 point something, just before root 19. 361 का root 19 है, तो before 361 का square root. So last will be root 360 will be 18. So 18 will come how many times? We'll think. If you look at this, 1 comes 3 times, 2 comes 5 times, 3 comes 7 times, 4 comes 9 times. So these are all odd numbers, or this number is 1 more than double of this number. 9 is 4 to the 8 plus 1. 7 is 3 to the 6. 2 to the 4 plus 1 is 5. So 18 to the 36 plus 1 will become 37. So this will come 18 into 37. Now, basically we now want to find summation for r is equal or n is equal to 1 to 18 के लिए n into 2n plus 1 का. Now it's a summation is difficult, so pay attention carefully. N into 2n plus 1, because first term is n, second term is 2n plus 1. Open the bracket up, it will become 2n square plus n. Summation of that will become 2 into the formula for n square. N square का formula is n into n plus 1 into 2n plus 1 upon 6 plus n का formula is n into n plus 1 upon 2. 2 ones are 2 threes are. Put n as 18. 18 into 19 into 37 upon 3 plus 18 into 19 upon 2. 3 ones are 3 sixes are. 2 ones are 2 nines are. You can take a 19 common if you want. You can take a 19 threes are 57 common if you want. If you take 19 threes are 57 common, you're left with 37 twos are 74 plus 3. So final answer is 57 into 77. 57 into 77. Just check this multiplication, somebody. I think it is 4389 or 4839. I'm not sure. I'll just check in the rough work. 77 into 57. 49, 4. 49 plus 35. 84. 84 plus 4. 90. 49. Sorry, 84. 8. I think it's 4389. Answer is 4389. Everybody clear? Slightly difficult question. Go through it carefully. Okay. It says exclusive. So there is somebody in the class who's less than 50. Shinjan's weight is less than or equal to 50 and Monishmita's weight is more than or equal to 90. Now, understand this first part very carefully. Let's get this much part first. If somebody is more than 50 or more, suppose I assume the worst may 50 and 90 also. And we have been told that there has to be an arithmetic progression. Okay. Now, even if I took common difference as 2, will it work? Everything is integer. So, decimals to out ho gaya. They have said everything is integer. If I took arithmetic difference as 2, then do you realize it will not reach 90 only? If I start with this as the lowest person also, 50, 52, 54, 56, 58, with 20 people, it will not reach 90. Because if this is A, this will be A plus 19D. 19 twos will be 38. And that will reach only 88. So are we clear till here? So D cannot be 2. So D will have to be 3 because with D as 4 it will become too huge. So D will have to be 3. Right? D will have to be 3 because D2 is too small and D4 is too. Okay, let's start. So if I start with the lowest one as 41, I know my last term will come 98 because 19 3s are 57. 41, 44, 47, 50, 53 and so on. Last term will be 98. If I start with 42, my last term will be 90, 42, 45, 48, 51, 54, 57. Last term will come 99. I have no other choice. Do you agree with that? If I start with 43, it will reach 100. And that's an exclusive. So 100 was not allowed. So these are the only two choices you have. Now, if you look very carefully, the second one is not going to be possible because of the prime number rule. There is one person whose weight is a prime number. Now, if you notice over here, this series is not possible because these are all multiples of 3. 42, 45, 48, 51, 54, 57, all are multiples of 3. So there's no prime number. Yahan pe there are a lot of prime numbers, like this is the prime number, this is the prime number, 53 is a prime number. A lot of prime numbers are there. Okay, so ondula can be anything. So that prime number was only given to avoid this. Now let's look at the remaining part. We can find, what have they told us? That the average increases by 1 when the teacher is added. So we'll first find the total without the teacher and then we'll find the total with the teacher. Right? Average increases by 1. There are 20 people over here. So there are a couple of ways you could have done it. You can use SN ka formula. 20 upon 2 into first term plus last term. First term plus last term will be 139. Okay, so this is the total. Divide by 20. 1390 divided by 20 will become the average, which will become 69.5. I'm just checking this. I hope I haven't made a mistake. One second. Checking this one more time. 139 looks right. First term plus last term, n upon 2, 1390 divided by 20, 69.5 is the average without the teacher. Or we don't, we need this. And with the teacher it becomes 70.5. 70.5 into 21. 70.5 into 21 will be the total including the teacher. 21 5s are 105. 10 carry 1. 80, so 1 carry, 21 cents, 147 plus 1, 148. 1481.5, 1480.5, sorry. 1480.5. Subtract 1390, that will give you the weight of the teacher. So teacher will be 1480.5 minus 1390. That will be 90.5 is the weight of the teacher. Everybody understood? Just go through it carefully. The couple of very interesting way the question was made. I like the way because the question was really made well. A lot of things were given, which helped us to solve the question. Everybody clear? Standard average question, but उसमें थोड़ा AP भी डाला था, थोड़ा decimals भी डाला था, prime number भी डाला था. Everything was there. वन 139 हाउ, ये फॉर्मूला अप्लाई किया ना यहाँ पे मैंने. एस एन का फॉर्मूला, एस एन इज एन अपॉन 2 इंटू फर्स्ट टर्म प्लस लास्ट टर्म. फोर्टी वन फर्स्ट टर्म था, 98 लास्ट टर्म था. राइट एंगल ट्राइंगल, वन साइड इज 16. Maximum possible perimeter. If I want maximum possible perimeter, A and B have to be as close to each other as possible. Pay attention how you can do this. If I use Pythagoras, I'll get A square minus B square is 16 square, which is 256. A plus B into A minus B is 256. Everything has to be an integer. Again, integer bola hai, which means both A plus B and A minus B will have to be even, but because I want them to be close, as close as possible, because I want larger numbers, I will take A plus B as 128 and A minus B as 2. This was the main step. A plus B is 128 and A minus B is 2. I'll repeat the logic. I want A and B to be as close to each other. That is why I'm taking A minus B as 2. I can't take 1 because if I take 1, it will come in decimals. So A plus B is 128, A minus B is 2. So I'll get 65 and 63. So first part I got all the three sides of the triangle. A goat is tied to the rope at the point P in the park so that it can never graze out of the park. Length of the rope, maximum possible length of the rope. Now, if I keep it anywhere else, it will become skewed. So best position will be the in center. So the in radius will be the answer which I am looking for. And we know in a right angle triangle, in radius का direct formula है A plus B minus C upon 2. This is a special formula only for right angle triangle. So it will be 16 plus 63 minus 65 upon 2. 63 minus 65 is minus 2. 16 minus 2 is 14. 14 upon 2 is 7. So the length of the rope can be 7 meters, which is the third option. Go through it very carefully. Okay, going ahead. Anyone answer for this question? Okay, Ranjan, let's see. Aryan's got it, Ranjan's got it. Others still waiting? Okay. Ritu's got it. Paris has got it. Okay, pay attention how to do it. This is the quadratic equation. One of the methods to do, I think the most easiest method to do it, will be actually finding the value of x. Okay, that means alpha and beta will get. So minus b plus or minus root of b square minus 4ac upon 2a. So if I solve this, x is minus 2 plus or minus root of minus 4 upon 2. Now, I'm sure you all know this. Root of minus 1 is I, imaginary numbers. Root of minus 1 is I. So I'll get x is equal to minus 2 plus or minus 2i upon 2. Root 4 is 2. Root of minus 1 is I. Divided by 2. So x is minus 1 plus or minus I. That means alpha is minus 1 plus I and beta is minus 1 minus I. So we've got alpha and beta. Now what? What do we want to find now? We want to find alpha raised to 15 and beta raised to 15. So let's first find square, because when we find square of this, it will become easier. What's alpha square? Minus 1 plus I the whole square. That will be 1 plus I square minus 2i. I square is minus 1, so 1 plus I square will cut. So we are left with minus 2i for alpha square. What will be beta square? It will be minus 1 minus I the whole square. So what will I get? I'll get 1 plus I square plus 2i. This will again cut. Beta square is 2i. Now, let's first try and find larger powers of I. We should know how much is I raised to something. Like how much is I raised to 15. If I want alpha raised to 15, I already have alpha square. From there, I can't go to 15. I'll first reach to 14. Alpha square raised to 7 will be alpha raised to 14. That will be negative 2i raised to 7. 2 raised to 7 is 128. So negative 120, 128 into I raised to 7. What is I raised to 7? Pay attention very carefully. We should know that so we know I square is minus 1, I cube is minus I raised to 4 will be plus 1. I raised to 5 will be plus I, and therefore I raised to 7 will be again minus I. So see, let's look at the odd powers. I remains I cube is minus I raised to 5 is plus I raised to 7 will again be minus I. So therefore this will become minus I. So it will become 128I. Same way beta raised to 4 if I do, I'll get negative 128I. But I should finish alpha raised to 15 first. What will be alpha raised to 15? This multiplied by this. So negative 1 plus I into 128I. That will be negative 128I plus 128I square. And when you solve the other one, it comes exactly in the same way. Now I'm not solving and showing you. Beta raised to 15 will be positive 128i plus 128i square. When you add them, these two cuts out. 128i square plus 128i square will become 256i square. I square is minus 1. So answer is minus 256, which is the third option. Yeah, that can give you this question. There is nothing which is untoward for this question, I would say. Logically, they're going to say that you just needed the value of I, which complex numbers even CAT has asked. Sure. Okay, Aryan, good. Aryan solved or applied formula? Okay. If I take this angle full as 120, so this is 60 and 60. I would do this. Area of the full triangle is half into 8 into 12 into sine 120. Area of the small triangle is half into, if I take this as x, half into 8 into x into sine 60. Area of the second triangle is half into 12 into x into sine 60. Okay. Now half will cut out. So you'll get half cuts out everywhere, half common. 96 into sine 120. Now if you've done trigonometry well, or even basic trigonometry you know, then you should know that sine theta is same as sine 180 minus theta. Sine theta is same as sine 180 minus theta, which means sine 120 and sine 60 is same. That's the main important thing. Once you know that sine 120 and sine 60 is same, things are going to cut out. So this will all cut out over here. So you are left with only 96 is equal to 20x, 8x plus 12x. X is equal to 96 upon 20, 4.8. Third option. Come on, easy question. The sum of the first four terms is equal to 1/5 of the sum of the next four terms. That means, just listen, S1 plus S2 plus S3 plus S4 is 1/5 S5 plus S6 plus S7 plus S8. Right? So 5 times, this will become 4A. If I take S1 as A, so A plus D, A plus 2D, A plus 3D, plus 6D will also be equal to 4A plus 4, 5, 6, 7. 4, 6, and then 26D. This I need somebody to check. Just check this is coming 26 or not. S5 will be A plus 4D, 5D, 6D, and 7D. No, 22D. Sorry, not 27. 22D. Okay. So I've got a 20A plus 30D is equal to 4A plus 22D. So I've got 16A is equal to negative 8D. A we knew was 3. So 48 divided by negative 8 is D. D is negative 6. So A was 3, A is 3 and D is minus 6. Now what have they asked for? The sum of the first 20 terms. S20. S20 n upon 2 into 2A plus n minus 1 into D. Ten into 6 minus 19 6 114. So negative 1080. Second option. Got that, everybody? Everybody clear? Great. Let's go ahead. Orthocenter. Orthocenter is how much? 2 comma 14 upon 5. Yeah, how many people got? I can see only a couple of people raising their hands. Means putting the answer up. 3 people have got. Okay, let's see. What about the others? So, somebody saying third. No, third is not the answer. So, what you can do quickly, let's quickly understand. I need to find point R first. Point R is the intersection of these two lines, PR and QR. So, I need the equation of PR and QR. But for both PR and QR, I have only one point. So, I'll need slopes. So, I'll first find slope of PM. Slope of PM by these 2 points. Slope of PM. 4 minus 14 by 5. That will become 6 by 5. 6 by 5 upon 3. That will be 2 by 5. Slope of PM is 2 by 5. Everybody understood? Let's check once more. Everybody, if you all have not understood this question, pay attention. Slope of PM, I use these 2 points. 4 minus 14 by 5 upon 5 minus 2. Give me 2 by 5. If I have slope of PM, I will have slope of QR. Therefore, slope of QR, because they are perpendicular lines, slope will be negative reciprocal. So, slope of QR will be negative 5 by 2. Yeah, we can maybe think with right angle triangle. I'll come to that logic also. Just wait. So, negative 5 by 2. Okay. And I have point Q. So, I can find the equation of this line. Y minus. Just give me a second. Yeah. So y minus y1. So y minus 4 is negative 5 by 2 into x plus 2. So 2y minus 8 is negative 5x minus 10. So we've got 5x plus 2y. Yeah. Plus 2 is equal to 0. 5. Same way we can find the equation of line PR. This is the equation of line QR. Everybody just go through this much and see if you understood QR first. Okay, 5x plus 2y plus 2 is equal to 0. Now we can find PR in the same method exactly. So let's do slope for PR. I'll need first slope of Qn. Obviously, so as we were discussing, so एक बार मैं ये वाला method खत्म कर रहा हूँ and then we'll try the other approach also. If you solve this, you get 10x minus 3y minus 38 is 0. 10x minus 3y minus 38 is 0 is the equation of PR. Yeah, we'll try and discuss the other approach also. Just wait, pay attention. If I solve these two equations simultaneously, I will get the point R, which comes out to be 2 comma minus 6. So R comes out to be 2 comma minus 6. Once I got R, then it's a direct thing. Centroid was given C comma D. So we just need to find the centroid. Centroid is sum of all vertices divided by 3. So 5 plus 2 minus 2. That will be 5 upon 3. That will be the value of C. This will be the value of C. And D will be 4 plus 4, 8. 8 minus 6, 2 upon 3. So D is 2 upon 3. We need C plus 2D. C plus 2D will be 5 upon 3 plus 4 upon 3, 9 upon 3, which will come out to be 3. Answer is the second option. This was the long approach. I'm leaving it on the screen for a second. Obviously, here also, I've also not shown this PR ka calculation. Yeah, I'm just going to try a shorter approach. Okay, just erasing all this from here. Because of this 5 comma 4 and 4 comma 4, I thought of just let's put it on the number line. 2 minus 2 comma 4. Where is 5 comma 4? It's over here. And minus 2 comma 4 is over here. Okay, and R was somewhere else. But very frankly, because I did not have R, so I know that this is 7. This is 7, right? And the height area was 35. And the area was 35, which means the height would have to be 5. Oh, sorry, 10. Half into base into height. So height would have to be 10. That means for R, from here, there will be a height of 10. So somewhere over here, there will be R, which what did we get R as earlier? We got R as 2 comma minus 6. Obviously, it can be on top also and bottom also. That will always lie. So, R could be something comma 14, A comma 14, or if it is down, it could be A comma minus 6. So, R could be A comma 14 and A comma minus 6. And we would know this distance is 10. But still, I don't think so. You'll really get something over here. Because ये तो दो choices है अपने पास. Did anybody else do any other approach? So, right angle triangle तो कोई guarantee नहीं है. In fact, it's definitely not a right angle triangle. That much I can definitely see. I don't think so. Any other approach I can think of. The long approach only will work over here. Yeah, too long. Forget it, because anyway, this was the point. It was not even this point. A comma minus 6 when we checked. Okay, chalo, let's go ahead. So we've done at least one method. Because I wanted the height to be 10. From 4, if I want the height to be 10, if I go up, it will become 4 plus 10, 14. And 4 minus 10, minus 6. That way. Not even round 2. I would have left it because it's too time consuming. Come on, probability. Slightly long question, but not very difficult. Long, but not difficult. The first dice has 2 ones, 2 twos, 1 3 and 1 4. Second one has 1 1, 2 twos, 2 threes and 1 4. And the probability of getting the sum to be 4 or 5. 4, let's work first for 4. If I want a 4, how many different ways can I get a 4 in? I can get 1 3, 2 2, 3 1. 0 is not possible, so 4 0 is out. If I want a 5, I can get 1 4, 2 3, 3, 2, 4, 1. So basically, I'll have to find the probability for each of these 7 cases, add them up. Sorry, multiply them up. Sorry, it's an OR, right? 4 or 5. So I can get this multiplication. Pehle 1, how many ways can I get? There are 2 ways in which I can get 1. So 2 by 6. And then I want a 4 in the second one. 1, 3. Sorry, I want a 3 in the second one. That is again 2 by 6. Everybody pay attention to one of them. Once you understand one, everything will be simple. फर्स्ट केस में आई वांट 1,3 तो 1 के लिए 2 चॉइसेस है, 3 के लिए 2 चॉइसेस है. So 2/6 multiplied by 2/6. So I will have to do 7 things like this. Next I want 2 and 2. So again 2 cases, 2 cases. We can actually keep multiplying it. 2 by 6, 2 by 6. 4 by 36. Third, 3, 1. 1 case over here and 1 case over here. So 1 by 36. Next one. 1, 4. 2 and 1. So 2 by 36. Then 2, 3. Again 4 by 36. 3, 2. 2 by 36, 4, 1, 1 by 36, 4 plus 4, 8, 8 plus 1, 9, 9 plus 2, 11, 11 plus 4, 15, 15 plus 2, 17 plus 1, 18 by 36, answer is half. Clear? As I said, it was a slightly long sum, but an easy question. Yeah, you can make a grid and do it also. No problem. Anybody answer for this question? Okay, pay attention. How do you do this question? Now, if you look at this, the first part will have to be a little bit where you'll have to work on the logic that the root for this equation. Just think without the x. If you notice this is AB minus AC. This is BC minus AB. This is CA minus AB. The answer has to come 0. So what is the only possible value of x? If I want this answer to come 0, what is the only possible value of x? Can you tell me? X can be only 1. X can be only 1. That means alpha and beta both are 1. Alpha and beta both are 1. Now, once I got alpha and beta, both are 1. Let's take any one sum of the roots or product of the roots. I'm taking product of the roots. What is alpha beta? Alpha beta is C by A. So, alpha beta will be C into A minus B upon A into B minus C. And alpha beta we know is 1 into 1, 1. So, AB minus AC is AC minus BC. So I'll get AB plus BC is equal to 2AC. B common, A plus C is 2AC. We know A plus C is 15 and we know B is 36 by 5. So if I put those values over here, 36 upon 5 multiplied by 15 is 2AC. 5 ones are 5, 3s are. So 2AC is 108. 2AC is 108. You have A plus C also and you have 2AC also. You can easily find this by using A plus C the whole square formula. A square plus C square plus 2AC. A plus C was 15. 15 square is 225. A square plus C square I want. And 2AC is 108. So 117 is A square plus C square. Or you could have solved it also. 2AC is 108, so AC is 54. I need two numbers whose sum is 15 and product is 54. So 9 and 6 ho jata tha. 9 6 is 54, 9 plus 6 15. And then you could have put it over here, 9 square plus 6 square, 117. Everybody clear? The main important step in this question was to get that x can be only 1. Once x was only 1, then the sum was easy. Okay, next question. Some people are still joining in now with a hi. This will be your first step, where you'll take this 2 on top and the 1 you'll write as log 4 plus log 4 to the base 4. Right hand side log A plus log B is log AB. So you'll get root A minus root B the whole square plus multiply by 4. Now, basically we will get rid of the log 4 on both sides. One log 4 is gone at least. So left side pe one log is gone, one log is still remaining. Right side pe both the logs are gone. Now on the right side, if I bring this A, left side if I bring the A minus B down. So I'll be left with only A minus B into log 4 to the base 4, which is 1. So left side I'm left with only A minus B. Right hand side if I expand this, I'll get what? 4 times A minus B, A plus B, sorry, minus 2 root AB. 4 times A plus B minus 2 root AB. 8 root AB, bring everything on one side. Okay, so I will have 4A minus A is 3a, 4b plus b will become 5b, minus 8 root ab is equal to 0. Okay. This can be factorized, but don't factorize it now. I want to find this. So try and get everything in this terms. Okay. So if you divide everything by b, if you divide both sides by b, so if I divide over here by b, divide by b and divide by b, what will you get? 3a upon b. A upon b can be written as root of a upon b the whole square plus 5 minus 8 root ab upon b will become root of a upon b is equal to 0. Let root of a upon b be x. So 3x square minus 8x plus 5 is 0. Solve the quadratic equation to give you two values of x. X is 1 or x is 5 by 3. X is 1 or x is 5 by 3. Now pay attention, which value will you take and which value will you not take? Because both of them are there in the options. So clearly one of them will not satisfy. So let's check. If root of a upon b is 1, if I take squares on both sides, I'll get a upon b also as 1, which means a is equal to b. Now if you think logically, this is not possible, because if a is equal to b on this bracket will become 0. A is equal to b is not possible because then this bracket will become 0. That is why this value gets eliminated. And answer is x is equal to 5 upon 3. That means the answer which we wanted was 5 upon 3. Exactly the kind of catch which CAT had asked this year. So many people said 1 without thinking. Logs के question में at the end, the habit of checking the domain will have to be very, very important. Everybody clear? Chalo, let's go to the next question. Good, Anuj. Why not 1? Can you explain one more time? If it is 1, then we are getting a is equal to b, or even if I don't write ab, if I just write it like this, root a is equal to root b, I'll get. And if root a is equal to root b, this bracket will become 0. If root a is equal to root b, this bracket is 0. And log of 0 is not valid, and that is why this is not possible. Clear? Chalo, let's go to the next one. Again, slightly long but easy question. Long but easy. Well, very frankly, Srimoy saying if you have attended all my workshops, this workshop I purposely kept a little bit difficult. I've done the higher level questions. I've kept very little arithmetic, you must have noticed. Priyanshu, you should still revise arithmetic well. If I took all ones, the total is only 7. They want the total to be equal to 11. So all ones are not possible. So what we can do is, every time I reduce a 1 and put a 3 instead of it, I will increase the total by 2. So 7 plus 2, 9, 9 plus 2, 11. That means 1, 1, 1, 3, 4, 5. This is one possibility. Same way if I reduce 2's, I reduce 1 and put 2 instead of that. This is the other possibility. Triple 1 and 4 2's. And I can have both 2 and 3's also. But I still need to have 7 digits. So what is the third possibility I can get? I can have 2 2's and 1 3. 2 2's and 1 3. 4 1's. That will be 4 plus 4, 8 plus 3, 11. Okay? These are the only 3 possibilities. Now, the regular arrangement. This can be arranged in 7 factorial divided by 5 factorial into 2 factorial, which will come 21. This will be 7 factorial upon 4 factorial, 3 factorial, which will be 35 if I'm not mistaken. This will be 7 factorial divided by 4 factorial into 2 factorial. That will be 7 into 5 into 7 into 6 into 5 upon 2. So 3. 7 into 6 into 5 upon 2. So 3. 105. So total comes out to be 161. Check, anybody has a doubt how I got all this? First, you need to work on the total of 11. Now, you should think ideally, what are the maximum number of 3's you can have? You should realize you cannot have more than 2 3's. Then 1 3 and so on. Because you wanted all the 7 digits. So total comes out to be 161. This part was easy. Getting this part I thought was the important part, and once you understood that, takes a little bit more time, but you can get it. I think 5 questions left. Nandini, I think then you're preparing for next year. If you're preparing for tomorrow, day after tomorrow, there is no time. Okay, so we've taken this as y is equal to, very similar to one of the CAT questions again this year. But here they've asked for the sum of the minimum and maximum value. So I'll get 0 is equal to 2x square minus 2x square y. Minus 3x minus 3xy plus 9 minus 4y. So we've got x square common, 2 minus 2y minus x common, 3 plus 3y plus 9 minus 4y. Now, what do we want? We want delta has to be greater than or equal to 0. Yeah, if you're preparing for next year, Nandini, you can keep attending our class. That should be good enough. Now, delta has to be greater than or equal to 0. Start solving that part. What will you get? So b square Because it's square, the negative sign does not matter. 3 into y plus 1, b square minus 4a. A में I can take a 2 common into 1 minus y. B square minus 4ac. 9 minus 4y has to be greater than or equal to 0. Okay. You'll have to solve this whole part out. This is the difficult part. You have to be very careful with this whole calculation. You'll get 9y square plus 1. So 9 plus okay, I think we are back. Let's just check. Yeah, everybody can see it properly. Has anybody solved this whole equation? So let's just solve it carefully. Minus 8 into, I'm going to expand everything carefully. 9 minus 4y minus 9y square plus 4y square greater than or equal to 0. Okay. So I'm getting a 32y square. Have we made a mistake? Can you all find a mistake in the question somewhere? Okay, looks right. 9y square plus 9 plus 18y minus, this is 13. 13 8s are 104. Minus 13 into minus 13 into minus 8 plus 104y minus 72 and minus 32y square. Okay, so what do we get? Is greater than or equal to 0. Take everything on one side. So 0 less than or equal to 9 minus 32 will become minus 23y square. Oh, sorry, 23y square. Taking it on the other side. This is 18y plus 104y. That's 122y. So minus 122y. The last part will not matter because we want the sum of the roots, m plus n. So sum of the roots will be minus b by a. So 122 by 23. Yeah. 122 by 23. Perfect. Okay, bad question. Okay, I have done pretzel with differentiation also. But the problem with differentiation is you will need double derivative also. We want the sum of maximum and minimum. So it can be greater than 0. Why? What is the problem, Shubham? Okay, next one. Come on, simple question. Easy one. Quickly. पता नहीं कहां से एकदम बीच में एकदम सिंपल आ गया. Divisible by 2 and 3. Therefore, divisible by 6. Divisible by 4 and 9. Therefore, divisible by 36. So all 3-digit numbers are together 900 numbers, right? So if I take 900 numbers and I want to find how many numbers are divisible by 6, I just need to do 900 divided by 6. I'll get 150 numbers are divisible by 6. And the same 900 numbers may say how many are divisible by 36. I'll get 25 numbers. So 150 numbers are divisible by both 2 and 3. But out of that, 25 numbers are also divisible by 4 and 9. And therefore, our answer is 125 numbers. Third option. Okay, pretty straightforward question. Nandini, you can start preparing with any batch. There is no such issue. Come on, standard question. One more standard question. Get this right quickly. Why 999? We want only 3-digit numbers. We wanted only 3-digit numbers, 100 to 999, which are 900 numbers. Srijan understood? Not Srijan. Who asked that? Aditya. It's a standard question. People who know it, know the concept or know the logic, do it very quickly. So you start by taking x is 3 raised to 40. Therefore, log x is equal to 40 log 3. Log 3 ka value is given 40 into 0.4771. That is 4.771 into 4. 4 ones are 4, 4 sevens are 28, 28 plus 2, 33, 19.084. Log x is 19.084. Now, this is called the characteristic and the mantissa thing. Okay. Now, whenever this number is 19 and when we will take antilog, we don't have to take it. But when we take antilog, number of digits will become 20. I'll repeat. Okay, so main thing which you wanted to know was whenever you have 19 over here, you'll get 20 over here. That is the only question for which you really need this rule. Remember that. This is the only question for which you really need this rule. Okay, sure. Let's continue. Last couple of questions I've kept a little bit easy, so I knew that people will be tired a little bit after 3 hours. So I've kept the last couple of questions easy. Come on, try this one. Not very difficult question. Try. So one side is 295. Length of AB is a perfect square. वो important है, याद रखेंगे, end में लेंगे उसको. And AC is a power of 2. So ये BC है. AC is a power of 2. So if I say AC is 2 raised to x. and AC is a power of 2, and the length of AC is twice the length of AB. So AB is 2 raised to x minus 1. So AB is actually 2 raised to x divided by 2, which will become 2 raised to x minus 1. Now, this all was not needed. You just had to understand it. Now, pay attention. We want basically AB and AC. We want AB and AC to be two consecutive powers of 2. We want AB and AC to be two consecutive powers of 2. जिसमें AB छोटा वाला है, AC बड़ा वाला है. So I'm just taking randomly. If this was 32 and this was 64, will it work? Let me explain why will it not work. Because we know sum of 2 has to be greater than third. So whatever we get over here, these two ka total has to be more than 295. So 32, 64 will not work. 64, 128 will also not work. 128, 256 works, but the problem is 128 is not a perfect square because they've said it has to be a perfect square also. AB has to be a perfect square. So 128, 256 is greater than 295, but it will not be taken because AB is not a perfect square. So 256 and 512 will work. So BC is 295, one is 256 and third is 512. These are the three sides. This is AB and this is AC. Everybody clear with this? Yeah. Yeah, let's continue. Yeah, there's some issue with the software, but that's okay. Now somebody had the logic what they wanted. Basically, I wanted two consecutive multiples of 2. See, without trial and error, I wanted AB and AC to be two consecutive multiples of 2 because they said this is double of this and this was a multiple of 2. And AB was also perfect square. So, in fact, 32 I can't try also because this is not a perfect square. So 64, 128 does not work. Why? Because total is not greater than 295. 64 plus 128 is less than 295. Sum of two sides of a triangle has to be greater than third. Then straight 128 I can't check because this is not a perfect square. So I can check 256 and 512 and that works. So these are the three sides. 256, 295 and 512. Perimeter is 1063. Chalo, last 3-4 questions quickly. In fact, last 2 questions. Last 2 questions quickly. स्टैंडर्ड टाइम एंड वर्क क्वेश्चन है, कुछ इतना डिफिकल्ट नहीं है. Man is able to perform the work equal to same done by 2 boys. घोष, देन दी अदर कंडीशन 295 के लिए सेटिस्फाई नहीं होगा, चेक कर लेना, इतना बड़ा लोगे तो. So I would say let the boy can do 1 unit, man can do 2 units. 12 men. So 12 twos are 24. 18 boys. 18 ones are 18. Working for 60 days. 7.5 hours a day can finish the work. Now, double of this work, so multiply by 2, has to be done by 21 men. Double of this work, so multiply by 2, has to be done by 21 men, so 21 units. So 21 men, so 42 units. Plus we don't know how many boys. So we say B boys. So 1B. So we'll have to make it equal 42 plus 1B. Working for 50 days and 9 hours a day. 50 days, 9 hours a day. Okay. If you check this, 60 into 7.5 is 450 and 50 into 9 is also 450. So this actually is useless. 60 into 7.5 is 450 and this is also 450. 450, 450 cuts. So we have got 42 multiplied by 2 is 42 plus 1B. 84 minus 42 is B. So B is 42. Fourth option. As I had said earlier, only standard time and work question, nothing very difficult. Next one. Again, this was a pretty straightforward question. Two years ago, present, and 3 years later. Amita, Sumita, and Paramita. So, 2 years ago, the average age of these two was 27. Average age of these two was 27. So if their average was 27, total was 54. If average was 27, total was 54. So if I take one as x, the other is 54 minus x. And without reading further, I can solve it. Because 1/5 of Amita's age. I'll have to check whether this, the language is not very clear. And the average was 27. Do they mean present average? Or do they mean earlier average? I think they mean present average. But I'll still read. So 1/5 of Amita. So x by 5 is 54 minus x upon 4. 4x is equal to 270 minus 5x. 9x is 270. X is 30. So this is 30 and this is 24. That means this will be 32 and this will be 26. This will be 35 and 29. Now, if the age of Paramita is also added, the average age of the three declines to 24. 24 ka average means total is 72. 72. So this is already 54. So this will be 18, 20 and 23. I think at the end they asked the average of these two. So answer is 26. Very simple, very stupid question. Answer is 26, second option. No decimals, nothing was needed. Okay, exact answer we're getting. Okay, bye everybody. Good night. We'll be meeting tomorrow around 1 o'clock. Yes, and for today, we'll meet tomorrow around 1 o'clock. We'll do a little bit DI, we'll do a little bit revision. Okay? Chalo, bye. See you all. Good night.